Good morning and welcome back. As you can see, I'm home. I'm outside once again. This beautiful location. My favorite spot so far. I'm just underneath the trees. The leaves and the branches come over the top of me here. Here, let me give you a little. So I feel like I'm really enveloped, whatever word you want to use. I'm covered or whatever with the trees. They're behind me. Where I live, there's a lot of trees actually, and in my yard, trees. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's close to 10, 12 trees just in the small space of my backyard. So during this time of the year, it fills up whenever all the leaves come out, right? Summertime, and it feels so full of life. It feels so full of life. I just woke up not too long ago, and like usual, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about today. I don't really feel like having a conversation about anything really heavy, actually. So this video might be a bit on the lighter side. This time of the year for me is beautiful because I love how you can see the blue sky. The sky is, you don't have as much humidity in the air, so the blue in the sky just really pops. You don't have that haze in the air, so the air itself feels lighter. Doesn't take a lot for you to feel happy if your expectations for what will make you happy are not that big. And one of the things I've found about being happy throughout your day, peaceful, especially peaceful, is, oh, my cat's meowing. She wants to come back. Is how you start your morning. And this is something that I found very early on my spiritual journey. I noticed that if I got up in the morning and I jumped back into the pain train, what I mean by the pain train is like negative thinking, the things that didn't go well yesterday, and the things that are not going right in your life and all that stuff. So if you jump into the pain train, I don't know where that came from, I just kind of made that up, first thing in the morning, then you can expect that your day is going to go that way. I really noticed that early on, and I had a very difficult time not jumping on that, not going into the pain train first thing in the morning, because it was a habit of, upon waking up in the morning, just picking up, all my luggage from the day before and throwing it on my back and carrying that weight around with me all day. And that's how I used to start my day. And when I first started my spiritual journey, which I didn't start by choice, it just happened to me. I guess I was chosen. I don't even know if that makes any sense, or even if that's real, but that's how it feels, because it just happened. So when I first noticed that if you get up in the morning and you spend whatever amount of time it takes to clear the dust off your mirror, to wipe off the reflection of the day before, the weeks before, to wipe off the projection of your future expectations and desires, and start every morning like a newborn. Just the same way when you would get up in the morning, if you were to go outside with a blanket and you would hit it, with a stick, and all the dust would fall off the blanket, and all the cat hair, you'd clear off all of the unnecessary stuff from your blanket. That same way, you start with your mind that way. You just clear yourself. You clear yourself. And when I notice that my mind goes into a thought and starts following a story, I continually return it to here and now. And that's my practice every morning. That's my meditation every morning. One thing about meditation as well that's not really understood, not in the Western society, is that you don't have to be sitting with your eyes closed to meditate. You don't have to be in any kind of a space. When you first start, it may be helpful to be able to let go of some of your worries and your concerns about your life if you create a space that's calm and that for you feel like, I can do this here. That's helpful at the beginning. But in reality, you need to push those boundaries eventually. And for me, I started pushing the boundaries from the very beginning. I could see that it wasn't necessary and that it was going to be something I would eventually need to get over. So I started my meditation while driving, meditating while walking, all active meditations. And I still do some meditations that are not active, don't get me wrong. I still do sit with my eyes closed, and I still did this at the beginning. But I found it, even though it might not go as deep into the meditation, I found it to have a very practical value when it comes to bringing the sense of calm and peace into my day-to-day life. Otherwise, yes, I may go deeper when I meditate alone, but whenever I come back into the world, that depth doesn't follow anyways. I can't carry the depth with me. So I do the deeper meditations in order to have some deeper realizations and to get deeper. But I also make sure that I do active meditations, meditate while you're walking, meditate while, talking with friends, so that I can carry my peace and that sense of calm and centeredness everywhere. And when I wake up in the morning, it seems like it's taking me forever to explain stuff. It's just how I speak. When I get up in the morning, I go through this active meditation where I begin to center myself, and the minute I notice there's dust accumulating in my mind from the past or projections of the future, any story, I shake it off. And I just go about my business, doing this until I achieve a state of calmness. And you can't achieve a state of calmness, you can only recognize the peace that's already flowing with you always. That's what I've noticed, is that no matter what's going on around you, there's a constant flow always there of positivity, if you want to call it that, because to me, feeling calm and peaceful is a positive state. It's healing. So that's why I call it positivity. So there's a constant flow of positivity always in you, always flowing in you. And the only thing that stops it is whenever your mind gets busy and distracted, and it doesn't stop it. It just, your attention is not focused on it anymore. And that's what I noticed is the most powerful tool when it comes to any spiritual development, is your attention. Where are you focusing your attention on? What are you focusing your attention on? Are you returning your attention continually to the space where you're centered, to you, to the now, to the moment, to the present moment? Or are you allowing your attention to be hijacked by all different types of thoughts? all different types of stories that your mind is playing, any type of emotion that your body is feeling, are you allowing your attention to be sucked into that? Because if you allow your attention to be sucked into a negative emotion, a negative feeling, a physical negative sensation, then you're not going to feel the best. And is that what you want for your day? So every morning when I wake up, I make sure to always clear my space and go into, return to myself, return home, if you will. And I found this to be the most important spiritual practice that a person can do, that I do every single day. Because if I don't do it, see, spiritual development, you don't get to a point and then you have to stop. It's not the whole idea. It's that you need to develop a new default in yourself so that your default is continually creating awareness, or your default is continually allowing your attention to return to the parts of you that's always calm, always into positive states, so that you create a new habit of your mind doing the things that heal you, doing the things that generate happiness in your life, so that after a certain amount of time, it kind of happens on its own. Just like any habit in your life, once the habit goes, you don't really need to do much for it anymore. But I've noticed that in life, there's tons of energy all around us. So yes, the habit of returning your attention, to the now and so on is extremely important. But there's also a continual flow of energy in all directions from all different sources. I mean, you could feel really happy and you could have a habit of looking to the happy thoughts inside of you, for example, or feeling the peace or the thoughts already there, as I like to say. Then all of a sudden somebody walks in the door and, starts screaming and yelling and cursing and that sort of thing. So you're going to continually have these challenges on the physical level and also on the energetic level. So like you're going to have these here, let me get this a bit closer. You're going to have these challenges that are not so obvious as well. If you do any if you understand anything about astrology, you'll understand that or you may have heard that you're going to be influenced by the alignment of the stars and the planets and that sort of thing. And this is also true for the people that's around you in your area. Everything has a frequency. Everything has a frequency to it. And these frequencies can be picked up by your body energetically. I don't know if it's the physical body that picks it up or a different layer of your reality, your energy body or your ethereal body, all these different, but the energy is picked up on some level. And even though you can recognize that peaceful state that's always within you, this flow of energy that comes from animals, trees, planets, different, thoughts, maybe spirits, I don't know. This is a constant flow. It's changing always. It's a lot of it is moving and changing, and this itself can be a challenge for you as well. This continual change and flow of energy can affect your attention. Your mind may be drawn into a certain energetic flow, and this energetic flow might be positive or negative. And if it's negative, then it's not going to feel good. You could say, I woke up not feeling good today, I don't know why. You might not really understand, you might have slept well, you might have eaten well, but there's just something that you can't really explain. And oftentimes this is the experience of us being a human. There's things that affect us on an energetic level as well. So really long way around just to say that practicing, returning your awareness to a positive state of mind and clearing your dust continually in the morning, especially in the morning, is extremely effective for feeling good, for healing, for spiritual development, for maturity in your life, for achieving your goals, anything that you can imagine positive in what I'm saying now. It's extremely important to start your day with this type of practice, so as you go throughout the day and you're challenged energetically, emotionally, physically, all these different levels, that you're going to face these situations, these realities, in a different manner. You're going to face them from a standpoint where you're yourself. You're going to face them from a point of being that's not carrying that big weight around with it. Because if you're carrying a weight on your shoulders, you're more likely to react in a negative way. You're more likely to become unconscious spiritually. So every morning when you get up, learn to center yourself. Even if you can only dedicate 2 minutes to this practice, develop it until it becomes a new way of life. And I promise you, you're going to find that the more you get used to this and the better you get at centering yourself every morning, the more your life will seem to flow in a positive state. You're going to handle your situations a lot more calmly. Anxiety is going to disappear. It'll be a distant memory of a you that used to be. Depression as well will just fly away. It will disappear. All these negative mental states will just slowly dissolve and disappear from your life. And you'll be left with the ability to look at that blue sky and really appreciate how blue it is. That's it for this video. That's it. So I leave you with that. Whatever time it is that you're watching this video, wherever you are around the world, saying it backwards today. There is no backwards. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace.